Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is Bohemian Rhapsody. I went and saw it last week with a friend, and I'm going to do a review about it. Plus give a little insight into Freddie Mercury's life. If some people on my page don't know who that is, he is the lead singer of Queen. He is known very, very well. If you don't know him, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Not the end of the world. So I'm going to jump right in. So I'm someone who really loves movies. Like, there are very few movies I do not like. This is one of my top movies I loved when I went and saw it. And I read some articles. Hopefully I can find them again. I spaced off and forgot to write it down, so I apologize for this. I'm very disorganized right now. So some people were mad saying, well, I thought it was going to be more about Freddie Mercury, like just him alone. And some people were like, well, I wanted more of the band, because they were conflicted of like, well, I thought it was going to be more of a documentary. Well, it's a movie, not a documentary. Those are two different things. You can make a documentary into a movie, but if you've seen the trailers, it shows Freddie Mercury and the band and songs and what they do, what happens somewhat with the trailer. So I think that they did an even amount of his personal life before he was Freddie Mercury. I cannot pronounce his name how it was before he legally changed it, so I do apologize. If you do look it up and know how to pronounce it and you want me to try it, go right ahead and ask. But they talk about his relationship with his father and with Mary. Now, Mary Austin, those two do end up marrying. Sadly, they do not have any kids. They were married for about 6 years. And within those 6 years, Freddie Mercury came out as bi. Now, this is a spoiler alert. I'm saying this is a spoiler in case you have not seen it, or in case you already know, but I'm covering myself. In the movie, he tells her he is bi. So, he's attracted to male and females. Anyways, so, they divorce, and that's sad because, they spent 6 years. But overall, this is one of those situations where she did not blame him. She understood that this is something he does not control. This is something that she understood this is just the way he is. She did not hate him. She did not have any grudges against him. She still loved him and stayed with him through his drug problem, his alcohol problem, his partying problem, which I will get into later. And if that doesn't tell you that she is still committed, even after being divorced, she is committed as a friend. Because to me, I see so many people nowadays have so much bitterness to their ex, and it's just sad. It's just like, this is something way back when like this was not I don't think it was acceptable around this time. People nowadays are more accepting of it, at least a certain part of that is. I personally believe that tells you how much of a amazing relationship he had with her, and she continued to want to do this. And I'm going to get on top of a subject, AIDS. So, he contracted AIDS from his partner, Jim Hutton. In the movie, not going to say anything else. Okay, it does not happen in the movies. But when they were upset because they said, some critics are saying, the way they brought up the AIDS in the movie was cruel. I will find that article hopefully soon, and I will link it in my YouTube. And I didn't want to read it because, to me, there's no easy way to show AIDS or anything else. It is a horrible disease. it was just a horrible thing. And, when he went to go get tested, he hid it from his fans. The only people who knew about it were his manager, the band, and I believe Mary. That is it. Now, he wanted to keep it a secret because he thought that, oh, I have AIDS, and if I tell my fans, they'll only buy my music out of pity. Well, that was not the case. So, that's sad, but unfortunately, my husband actually read an article saying that he also enhanced his chance to die because he was not taking his medicine. And then he also got sick. I cannot pronounce this word, but it's basically he had an inflammatory condition in the lungs from a cold, essentially, and that's what boosted up the process of his AIDS, and that's, sadly enough, is what killed him in 1991. Or, I'm sorry. No, 91. I was right. Of the year 1991 at the age of 45. When he had passed, he left a will. Half of his money from Queen, his whole estate, and anything else was left for Mary. Now, Mary at the time had a baby boy, and she had Freddy. Freddy was the child's godparent, which I think is really sweet, considering their past, which is amazing. They don't show this in the video. Spoiler. And then, he left even amount, and then, the next person who got, a little more than half was the family. His dad, his mom, his sister, like that. Then the rest went to the band, his manager, his driver, and then whatever, and then, over 500,000 pounds was left for his partner, Jim Hutton. And it turns out Jim Hutton is the one who gave him the HIV because he had tested positive for it. Now, do I believe he purposely gave him AIDS? No. But I feel like if you're going to be with someone, at least have the courtesy to say, hey, just so you know, if you're with me, there's a possibility you could get this. I don't know if he told him. I don't know, but that is just a caution to me. That's why I want people to be careful. Not that it was a bad thing, but and then sadly on November 22nd, Freddy and his manager, Jim Beach, they came out with a statement telling his fans that he was tested positive for HIV. He said he did not want his fans to know. He didn't want them to know that God, I lost my train of thought. He wanted to finally tell them why he was like that, because he was just on a TV show and people said he looked gravely ill. And I've seen photos of his last day, and it's not pretty, but you know what? He was out there. He still did what he loved. He had the best life. He had ups and downs like every other normal human being. But it's just sad because he just looked sick, and then he had to come out and say that. Even though he was fighting AIDS for a long time. And and it's just sad because he's like, I owe you guys an explanation, pretty much. And then sadly, 24 hours after that last statement from Freddie Mercury came out, he had passed away at the age of 45. So, and another thing I really love about this is when him and, I know this is good, this is all jumbled up, I apologize, I'm not really good with this. When him and Mary divorced, someone had asked, why are they such good friends still? Why are they so good? Why are they so talking to each other? Because some people are like, well, I'm not going to talk to him anymore because we're divorced, whatever. Well, he said, because when I was a nobody, she believed in my dreams and I believed in hers. And this is a quote from Freddie Mercury. He said no one can replace her. She believed in me and I believed in her. And as a quote from Freddie Mercury. All this information I'm getting is from Wikipedia. Sorry, I don't have reliable sources. But if that does not tell you how their relationship is strong, even after everything, she did not have any grudges. She still loved him. She loved him even if they weren't together. And that says a lot. Most people nowadays, I feel like, just want to be petty and be like, well, I am taking this, I'm going to take that. But if you guys are, and that was more of a, background of Freddy, sorry. But back to the review. I loved it. And if you're someone who likes Queen or just likes going to a movie, I would recommend seeing it. And then if you guys do see it, leave your comments and let me know if you liked it, if you didn't like it, if they thought they should have done more on this, tell me why. But I personally enjoyed it, and Remy, the guy who plays Freddie Mercury, looks very, very similar. And then, I don't know if there's any good movies out I'm gonna go see next. But you guys will see my vlog when I go on vacation this weekend with my hubby. That was weird. I apologize. But I'll vlog that maybe, but until then, this is more like, let me know what you think. Love you.